Hey vape fans, and welcome to another Mount Baker Vapor Product Spotlight. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be going over the Innokin Express Kit. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Alright, so when you receive your package, you're going to receive this kit right here, along with a 15 ml bottle of juice of your choice. So let's go ahead and open this guy. The back's just going to slide out, and inside you're going to see what all it comes with. So it's going to come with your USB Ego charger right here, the 650 mAh battery, which we'll go over right now. So for this one, when we turn it on, it's just going to be a 3-click. This goes along with how Innokin does their power on-off for all their products. And it's also going to follow the same color coding battery system that we see on their other devices. Green means fully charged, yellow is low charge, and red is almost dying. And then you'll also receive 2 of these iClear 16 tanks. However, please note that these are the CE4 versions, so they are non-replaceable coils. This is kind of a bare bones kit. So what you just saw, that's what you're going to get in here. And it's really designed for the introductory vapor. And at $19.99, it's just a good kit to kind of test the waters of electronic cigarettes. So you can see when we screw it all together, this thing is tiny. So it's going to have that better form factor for someone who's just getting off of cigarettes. As people who have been vaping a while know, we don't really care about the size of our mods. However, when someone first gets into these, size is really a factor, so it's nice to be able to have something that's low profile and slim while people get used to the actions of using an electronic cigarette and just the different feel. So since the button is here, it is going to be a manual battery, so you'll click to fire it. So first let's go ahead and fill up the tank. So we have here a top coil unit, so that means we're going to fill it from the top. So we'll just unscrew the drip tip. This is going to be a 1.6 milliliter capacity. You can see the markings on there. And we're just going to fill it right up to that 1.6 line. So get our bottle of juice. Here we have some Thug juice. We're just going to unscrew the cap. And then when I'm filling this, I'm going to just tip it to the side because we want to really avoid getting any liquid down that center post. I've mentioned it in videos before. If we get any liquid at all into that center post, it's just going to gurgle and it's going to seem like it's flooded. Because it is flooded. So just make sure to tilt it at about a 45-degree angle as we fill. I'm going to squeeze a little bit of juice in there, and then I'm going to rotate it. And this is just making sure that we get those wicks a little saturated as we fill. And there we are, right about to that 1.6 line. So now we're going to screw that drip tip back on the top. And I'm just going to rotate it a few times and then let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that those wicks are fully saturated. I'm also going to give it a few dry pulls, that way I don't get a dry hit when I take my first vape off this. Once it's fully saturated, then we can put it on the battery and we're going to be ready to vape. Alright, so it's all filled up. I see my juice levels went down about 0.2 mils, which is a good sign because that tells me that some of that liquid's gone up into the wicks and onto the coil, so I'm not worried about getting a dry hit. So now let's go ahead and give it a vape. This actually has really good vapor production, especially for such a small Ego battery and a CE4 style clearomizer. I would have really liked to have something like this when I first started vaping. This is such a huge step up in quality over something like an Ego C kit, which was just a pain, and anyone who's used it, you know how much they leaked. And this thing's nice and contained. It's not going to be a huge leaking issue. It's not going to be a big maintenance issue. This is just an awesome kit for someone who is kind of on the fence about starting electronic cigarettes. It performs well, and it's really low cost, so it's not a lot of risk to try. I mean, if you get it and you like it, you just learned that you liked vaping for $20. If you get it and you hate it, then all you lost out on was $20. So I recommend this not only for someone on the fence about vaping, but also for vapors to pick up and give as gifts to smokers you know. I mean, for $20, you can give someone a full kit that's ready to go with a bottle of juice and potentially get them off of cigarettes. So like I said, I mean, it's a nice and small form factor, so people aren't going to be taken aback by that, and it really performs well. I mean, so there you have it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Also, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.